You are looking live at Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, where we are awaiting a historic summit between United States President Donald J. Trump and the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, something that has not happened ever in the history of the world. We are proud and excited to be able to bring you this broadcast as we await now Kim Jong-un and his departure over to the meeting site. I am joined tonight, I am Joe Seals, by the way, RSBN CEO. I am joined tonight by my broadcast partners, Tara Broderick, live in Birmingham, Alabama, and here with me in studio, Alyssa Ash. Tara, how's it going tonight?
I know we have a lot to talk about tonight and a lot to cover, but more importantly, how are y'all doing in Auburn?
Alyssa, how's it going?
Really good, thank you. I'm super glad to be here for the week, especially kicking it off with such a historic event. You know, as Tara said, we have a lot to cover, and we're really excited to bring it to you guys.
Awesome. And again, everybody, if you're just joining us, we're awaiting the start of this thing. It's supposed to start in about 55 minutes from now. We are looking now, as I'm watching Fox here in the studio, Kim Jong-un is about to leave his hotel room for the summit. We'll also have live video of President Trump when he leaves for the summit as well. Now, for anyone who thinks that there's going to be cameras in that room, that's not going to happen. They're not going to broadcast. No one's going to have live video of President Trump talking to Kim Jong-un inside of that meeting room when the two of them meet. But we do expect there to be some opportunities, photo ops, and perhaps they'll even take some questions. We'll have to wait and see on that, but we'll be here with you for the remainder of the evening, as long as it takes to bring you the coverage. So I'm going to, right now, throw it over to Alyssa really quick. And Alyssa, why don't you, for those who don't know you yet, and they didn't see the last rally, explain a little bit about yourself and who you are.
Thank you so much, Joe. Yes, I am a graduate from North Greenville University in the tiny town of Tigerville, South Carolina, 30 minutes north of Greenville. I've moved around a lot. I was originally born in Pittsburgh, and then I grew up in Texas, Greenville, South Carolina, back to Texas, and now I am back in South Carolina. So the Palmetto State is home for me. I have a love for politics, public relations, and of course, most of all, news broadcasting. I got to serve as the news director of my small news station at school at North Greenville University Vision TV for a year, and I was the assistant news director before that, and I was an anchor and reporter for a couple years before that. I'm pretty experienced. I got to intern at 2 news stations, WSPA Channel 7 News, and I was a photographer at Fox Carolina. So really just out in the field, out on the side of the road, in the rain with a camera, and I got to really experience the more, gritty side of news and see a lot of hard things. And so now I'm really thankful for the opportunity to broadcast just to you guys, what's close to my heart. Politics, especially conservative politics, is so special to me. Still kind of new for me, but I'm learning, just as much as I can every day. I love to read. I love to travel. I've gone on a couple mission trips during school. I went to Guatemala City, Guatemala, and Montevideo, Uruguay. And I was able to do some video work for a little ministry there called Radio Transmundial with my team, and we just had a fantastic time promoting the ministry. So Yeah, I love to just kind of, do a little bit of everything. I'm an extrovert. I love to just hang out with people, be around with friends, meet new people as much as possible. And I'm just so thankful for the opportunity to be here for you guys and to be on air more in the future.
Well, we're very glad to have you. And also, I know Tara feels the same. We're glad to have you, Alyssa. And keep forgetting again, guys.
Thank you.
I'm multitasking, producing as well. So I sometimes have issues with that, but I'm working on it. So we are glad to have you, Alyssa, and Tara, who is no stranger to most of you watching tonight. Tara, what do you think about this summit tonight? How do you feel about it? And what are your initial thoughts before we get started here?
Honestly, I don't even know what to think about it. I mean, I have so many possibilities, but it's just a matter of what exactly are they going to talk about? But before we dive into that, I know we say this every time we start a broadcast. I want to go ahead and put it out there. Please, 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 if you have any questions or comments during this whole broadcast, send them to us on Twitter. That way we can read them. We can answer your questions live. We do have the chat pulled up, so I'm scrolling through that, kind of seeing what you're talking about. But if you have anything that you want us to really say on air so it doesn't get lost in the chat, send it to our Twitters, and we'll have those pulled up all night, so we'll get those messages directly. And I think it'll be a really fun broadcast if everyone's communicating, if everyone's sending messages in. It'll be really, really fun. So my Twitter is at Tara RSBN. That's TERA RSBN. And Alyssa, yours is? And Joe?
So my Twitter is just simply at Joe Seals, at JOESEALES. So everybody, we encourage people to help us cover the news. That's what we have sort of become known for here at RSBN. We love when people reach out and talk to us, help us cover the news. Makes our job a lot easier. We really do appreciate everyone watching, everybody's support. Please share our broadcast live right now if you have social media, Facebook or Twitter. Get the word out there. I just want to say, before we get started here, that this is truly a historic event. I don't think we can say that enough, that this is a historic event, that an American president is meeting the leader of North Korea. That is something that I think if you were to talk about a year ago, even really 3 months ago, as we were all talking about North Korea possibly, gaining nuclear capabilities and attacking the United States, as were so many headlines on the Drudge Report, you would really thought that was at that time would be unbelievable that here we'd be sitting on the 11th of June 2018 talking about a meeting between the two leaders, something that hasn't happened before in history. And if I'm not mistaken, Alyssa, this is the first time, not only in history, an American president has met a North Korean leader, but have they even talked on the phone in previous administrations?
I don't even think they've spoken on the phone from my research. This is just like you said, it's so historic. It's such a big deal. I don't believe they've ever spoken before. Relations were a little tense with President Trump actually canceling this summit on May 24th and then kind of warming up a little back on May 26th when he got good reports from the Kim administration. So, it really is groundbreaking. It's something that just has never happened before, and we're not expecting this to be the one and done, everything's fixed, North Korea is denuclearized just because of this one meeting. But America is hoping to just have a relationship established and to move on and have future talks after this. It's not going to be a quick fix.
Absolutely.
We're now looking
Absolutely.
at a shot of
We're now looking at a shot of
Kim Jong-un's motorcade.
Kim Jong-un's motorcade as it leaves the hotel. So he is
over to
officially on his way now over to
Trump.
meet President Trump at the summit.
We will be on the air with you tonight as long
We will
as possible.
be on the air with you tonight as long as possible. Again, a lot of people think that, and I'm certain, I don't want to mislead anyone in our titles of this video, but there are no
inside
there's not going to
the
be
actual
cameras inside the actual.
But we're not going to hear an hour of Trump and
We're
Kim
not going to hear an hour of Trump and Kim
to one another.
talking back
This will be
and
a
forth
private
to one
meeting.
another.
We
This
do
will be a
expect
private
media
meeting.
availability.
But we do expect media availabilities
shortly after,
shortly
or
before,
both.
shortly after, or both.
It to you
So
live
we will
if,
bring.
and when any kind of coverage becomes available. So throw it back over now to Birmingham, Alabama. Tara, you got anything new on your end?
Yeah, so just to go into detail on exactly how the night's going to look. I know a lot of people were expecting, cameras to be inside of the room. That's definitely not going to happen. So starting at, it's 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time, they're going to do the handshake. And I believe we'll all get to see that live. But then they're going to go behind closed doors. And it said approximately for about 45 minutes is when this will take place. And it'll be just President Trump and Kim Jong-un and their translators. That'll be the only people in the room. And then after that, when that initial meeting's over, I don't know if they'll come out and give any regards to the media or if it will just go on to the little luncheon that they're having where Mike Pompeo will join and their advisors, and then they'll continue to discuss things. And then I believe it's after that when they will officially address the media and take any questions. So we definitely have a long night ahead. I know the actual press conference that President Trump is holding for the media, the official one, is, I believe, 3 a.m. Central Time. So it'll be, I guess, I don't know what time that is in Singapore, but he leaves there at 6 p.m. tonight in Singapore time. So I guess that's around 3 that time in Singapore. So that's when he'll actually address the public and give his comments on it. So we definitely have a long night ahead, and we won't be able to be behind doors where they're talking. We won't be able to be at the luncheon and getting to see everything, but we will hopefully get some remarks from the president or, some of his advisors or something in between time.
Absolutely, and we are now looking live. Let's go to Twitter really quick, where one of my favorite guys of all time, Dan Scavino, big RSBN fan, he is saying now that President Donald Trump is now en route to the Singapore summit, and he posted a video there as they're heading to the hotel there, or the venue. So if anybody has any feedback, or if anybody has any tips for us or anything, please feel free to send it to us on Twitter. Ladies, would you like to tell them your Twitter?
Sure, mine is just Tara RSBN. That's TERA RSBN.
And I just switched mine, and it is now at Alyssa RSBN, ALYSSA RSBN.
All right, sounds good. And now let's go
All right.
back to what we got here. I keep getting messages. My volume is too low. All right. How about now? Is my volume better now? I think it is. You're looking live at a shot of Singapore as President Trump is now en route, and as is Kim Jong-un. So we're going to keep it right here. Again, as I was saying, you can follow me on Twitter at Joe Seals. That's at JOESEALES. So you guys feel free to jump in here at any time.
Okay, well, absolutely. So I have, I guess, a few things I want to bring up. First, I want to point out, some people, I was reading articles today, some people are expecting, President Trump to go in there and it be just a full-blown, this is how it's going down, complete denuclearization, and that's it. And I really don't think that's it. I think, like Alyssa was saying earlier, it's going to be the first, I believe, of many, many meetings. This is the first time they've ever been talked. I don't think they've ever had a phone call, like y'all were saying earlier, just the letters back and forth. Nothing else. So this is the very first time that they're actually hearing each other speak, or of course with the translators. So I think this is the first of many meetings that they're going to have. This is probably going to be more of like a little meet and greet, just to kind of see how each other are. You know, they have a lot of hostility toward each other in the past, especially on Twitter with President Trump calling him Little Rocket Man. So I was reading articles earlier today. I was saying, you know, what if it goes that direction? What if, you know, it goes bad and it's just they don't like each other's personalities? There's a whole lot that could happen. So I believe that this one is just a meet and greet to kind of lay the ground, they both know what each other want. They're going to get it out there, but I don't think a whole lot will happen from this first meeting. Alyssa, do you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Tara. And they both have just such strong personalities. Just being world leaders and, you know, how both of them are. So they're going to kind of have to just get over that hump, you know, let the egos be brought down, and then they can kind of just get down to business. President Trump really is hoping for world peace and progress. And, you know, he really does what he says he does, what he says he's going to do, and he keeps his promises. And so this is just one of the more, you know, tough promises that he's hoping to just definitely carry out. It's really interesting too. I think it's good that they're meeting one-on-one first, just with their translators, so it's a little more intimate. But at the same time, we're hoping that, you know, nothing gets misinterpreted by the other one, because there aren't going to be witnesses there at first to discern that until they're joined by their partner.
I just have to say this. I just have to say this because, and you know, these ladies are journalists and I'm not. I'm the CEO of this company and I'm a little bit biased, so I'm going to let my bias out. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. But I want to point out, and again, just how historic this is. I mean, forget all the other stuff that the president has done. The economy and the stock market at all-time highs, African American unemployment at all-time lows, unemployment down below 4% for the first time in 20 years, I believe. Hispanic unemployment lower than it's been in ever. All the things he's doing, like the right to try that he signed the other day, experimental drugs for people who have terminal illnesses. Just the list goes on. And now he's meeting with the leader of North Korea. How many people thought this were possible? And this is something that if Democrats love this country and they love America, can't they at least admit that this is a good thing? You would think they would admit that this is a good thing, right? Because this isn't a political issue, right? This is about the safety of our country. This is about the safety of the world, the possible denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. That's a good thing for everybody, right? So I would assume, I would hope anyway, that Democrats would start to give President Trump a little credit for this. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they meet each other and things don't go well. But the fact that an American president has never so much as talked on the phone, and I think that I read that, to a North Korean leader before, and previous administrations haven't got anywhere close, and now he's about to sit down face to face with him. And many say that Kim Jong-un is open to denuclearization, and that I read something the other day, the Daily Mail had an article. Girls, they were talking about I can't remember the exact person that sent me this, but that Kim Jong-un might be open to having McDonald's in North Korea. How amazing would that be? You guys want to chime in on this one?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say that sorry, Liz, if I cut you off. I didn't mean to. That's absolutely insane. I mean, President Trump has come so far in what he's done for the country in such a short little bit of time, and I say this every time I go live. I'll do it one day, I swear. I'll just read off a list of everything he's done for our country. And just as far, I know it seems so small, but for Kim Jong-un to say he'll put McDonald's in North Korea, that is absolutely huge. I mean, it sounds so little, but that's so huge. That is absolutely groundbreaking. Alyssa, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's kind of funny in a way, totally unexpected, but hopefully they're really moving away from just their communist ways and getting a little bit of Americanization in there. I think that's really awesome, and kind of probably spurred on by President Trump's warmth and positive approach to this. Earlier, it was actually June 9th, 2 days ago, on his way, he tweeted out, and if you want, I can pull this up and show you guys real quick on the screen capture, but he said, "I am on my way to Singapore, where we have a chance to achieve a truly wonderful result for North Korea and the world. It will certainly be an exciting day, and I know that Kim Jong-un will work very hard to do something that has rarely been done before." So it's really just interesting to see the 360-degree turnaround, like you said, Tara, before President Trump was calling the leader of North Korea Rocket Man, and Kim Jong-un called Trump a dotard, which is a very derogatory term. So it's just really interesting to see, just the switch. And there's definitely progress and good things ahead, I believe.
Now I'm going to go ahead and jump in here on this one, since, of course, they don't speak each other's native language and they're having translators. Mm-hmm. If things do get hostile, or if there are a little, edgy, or, throwing comments out, how do you think that'll go with the translators? I mean, do you think the translators will say everything, or do you think they'll kind of reword it, or do you think, if President Trump decides to call him Little Rocket Man, if the translator will literally be like Little Rocket Man? Mm-hmm. I mean, how do you think that's going to go with just having, translators in there?
I'm hoping, to the best of their abilities, they'll just stay professional, stay world leaders. But if they don't, I'm guessing that the translators will just say what is said. And so, that's kind of one of everyone's fears. I feel like everyone's sitting on the edge of their seat, hoping that all that negativity and just the problems of the past don't come through, because that could really hinder progress.
Yeah, absolutely. And someone just tagged me in a picture on Twitter. I'm going to show it really quick if I can get it pulled up. It was a picture, since we're on the McDonald's thing, a picture of a McDonald's in, let's say, in Russia, the first time it opened up. He said there were 50,000 people waiting to pick up a hamburger. So let me get this picture pulled up. Let's see if I can show you. This was in Russia, the very first McDonald's that opened. So I know we're on a McDonald's kick right now, but can you imagine if one opens in North Korea, like, he's wanting to happen? That's absolutely insane, and all those people there.
Yeah, it really is insane. And I want to pull up the Daily Mail article from yesterday that I saw about this, which was just simply, mind-blowing. Let me see if I can get it pulled up here. Here we go. So this is an article from Daily Mail yesterday about, will Kim seek burgle diplomacy? North Korea leader could look into bringing a McDonald's and a Trump-branded hotel to Pyongyang to secure security and investments at the summit. North Korean officials said that the isolated regime wants to modernize its economy. They said the North wants to become a normal country at a dinner in April. A South Korean official said the North wants U.S. investment. Asked for examples of U.S. sponsors, he cited McDonald's and a Trump Tower. Can you imagine a Trump Tower? A Trump Tower in Pyongyang, that would be something. If he gets
I'm still stuck on the McDonald's,
Tara,
honestly.
I'll let you finish.
Sorry, I know we gotta figure out this audio
It's fine.
thing.
Sorry,
I
folks.
didn't mean to
We're on a
interrupt you,
bit of
so
a
sorry.
delay audio here, so it's hard to know when each other is talking. But yeah, so I was just going to say, if Trump gets if Trump Tower or even a McDonald's, whatever, goes up in North Korea, you better hand Trump the Nobel Peace Prize. Would everybody agree on that? I mean, come on. I mean, this guy's working wonders here.
Yeah, sorry, I was making sure you were done talking. It doesn't matter who you are on this. There is no way you could not agree that he shouldn't be up for that prize if that actually happens. And what I was going to say earlier, it wasn't really an important comment, but I can't imagine people in North Korea never having a McDonald's French fry. So small, but yet so big.
Yeah, it's just a staple. It's something that everyone should get to experience, you know. I remember even when we went to Guatemala, there was a McDonald's there. There should be one in every country.
And I just want to
remind everybody of, if this thing is a success, and even if it's not, for it to even be happening is something that is just mind-blowing to a lot of people. And I want to pull up an article really quick of the kind of country North Korea really is. There's a guy, a photographer, a journalist who North Korea prohibits you from taking photos in certain areas, I believe, inside the regime. If you want to look at this article, it's on boardpanda.com, 51 illegal photos of North Korea that Kim Jong-un doesn't want you to see. And there's some pretty shocking photos of the life that these people actually live there in North Korea, and the things that go on behind the scenes that we're not supposed to see. There's lots of pictures on there if you want to check it out. But if Kim really wants to modernize North Korea, then I would say that's definitely a step forward. And, President Trump deserves a lot of credit for that. Folks, jump in whenever you have something to say.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt Alyssa. She was about to say something. I was just pausing for a couple of seconds to make sure I didn't interrupt. I was also looking up the pictures that you were talking about on Board Panda. But yeah, anyway, something else I wanted to mention. What if okay, personally, I know I'm not supposed to give my bias, but I think something will come out of this meeting. I don't think it'll go like full denuclearization all at once, but I do believe, our President Trump is the type of leader. He's not just going to do this for no reason. We're going to get something out of it, even I think with the first meeting. But let's just play, devil's advocate here. What is your opinion? What do you think will happen if, the summit fails? Joe or Alyssa?
Yeah, if the summit fails, obviously that would be very unfortunate. But I think it would just kind of, I know I've been saying this a lot, but kind of just hinder progress because, they wouldn't be making positive steps. And earlier I was listening to Sebastian Gorka, and he said, two of the big good things that could come out of this summit could be an end to the Korean War. He kind of just said a little analogy, like tying a bow on that, and denuclearization. So ultimately, both of those would be, our ultimate goal. But if that does happen, it would be just really unfortunate because really the world's eyes are on this summit right now. It's the biggest thing happening. And I just think it's so beautiful because such, peace and prosperity can come out of it. It's not, heartbreaking, tragic news. It's something that could be so good. And just, I was reading earlier And according to Singapore's Ministry of Communications, about 2,500 journalists worldwide have registered to cover this historic event. So there's going to be so much coverage of it. You know, obviously, it's a little too far for us to travel here, but we are just doing our best from Auburn. And so anyways, all that to say, it really just could be positive. So honestly, Tara, I don't even want to think about it failing. It might, like you said earlier, if they say something negative, but hopefully not. You know, they both have big personalities. I was reading earlier as well, when Kim Jong-un arrived 2 days ago, he came in a black Mercedes and men in suits were just jogging alongside him, which kind of just, you know, sets the stage and says a little bit about how he is. But, you know, he's made entrances like that before. And of course, President Trump came on Air Force One. So yeah, just hoping, really hoping for a positive result.
We're looking at some pictures now, or some video, live video outside where the summit is to take place. We're awaiting the arrivals now, it looks like, of President Trump and Kim Jong-un. And, you know, back to what you were just talking about, Alyssa, I would say that, and Tara, I would say that this is Donald Trump who wrote the book, The Art of the Deal. So if there is a way to make this thing work, he'll get it done. He wrote the book on making deals. So he'll give Kim every opportunity to make a deal and to, you know, get an outcome that's satisfactory to both of them. And Tara, now you can hear me, right? I muted her. All right. So
yes, I can hear you.
You know, Donald Trump will make it happen, and I just if it can happen, he's the guy to make it happen. So we will see very, very shortly. If you're just joining us again, you're looking at a shot outside where the summit is to take place. And as we said before, we are not there. There aren't going to be television cameras. No one's allowed access inside the room. I think Tara gave us the rundown earlier about what the actual schedule was like. But I have something here I pull up on Twitter that I want to show you, the official schedule from what's going to happen at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is in about 23 minutes from now. President Trump will greet Kim Jong-un. Now, there is a possibility and even a likelihood that we will be able to see video of that here. So if you're watching now, if you have people who want to be watching this, send them over here to RSBN, because we're going to show you all this stuff in real time as it happens, just like the big guys on the on cable. And then so Trump will greet Kim Jong-un at 9 Eastern. At 9:15 Eastern, they will have their bilateral meeting. Tara, and I guess that is the meeting between only Trump and Kim. And then at 10 Eastern, the expanded meeting. And Tara, who was it that you said was going to join them at that point?
It was Mike Pompeo and John Kelly, I believe. I don't know if there will be more, but I know at least those two will be there.
There will be obviously some North Korean officials as well joining the president. And then at 11:30 Eastern, Trump and Kim Jong-un are going to have lunch together. Again, folks, I'm just trying to get everybody to grasp what we're actually saying this, that Donald Trump is going to have lunch with the leader of North Korea. That's insane. 4:00 a.m. Eastern is when Trump will have a news conference. Now, we may not be on the air with this broadcast at 4 a.m. Eastern, but I will get up and I will make sure and carry that broadcast for you here on RSBN. So you will get to see it.
Yes, and just one addition to the expanded meeting, National Security Advisor John Bolton will be there as well. And then I had an article earlier. I think I've lost track of it, but I think Press Secretary Sarah Sanders will be at the lunch because there's another group joining them for lunch. Tara, what do you think about just, having more people there? Do you think it'll be beneficial after their initial meeting?
Absolutely. I think it'll be beneficial. I mean, it's one thing for President Trump to meet with him, but I mean, for more American leaders to also go and meet, I know there'll be translators there and it'll probably get confusing, everyone trying to speak, but for more leaders on both sides, I'm sure, Kim Jong-un will have his advisors there as well, like Joe was saying, and then all of our advisors will be there. I think it'll be great. It'll be, they're sitting down in private, getting their thoughts out together, just them, then they're going to the lunch and taking it to their advisors, talking about it on a bigger scale with people that they trust, and just to get more thoughts on everything that's going to happen. So I don't think having more people is not ever a bad thing. I think it can only benefit the whole summit in general.
I'm gonna have to break in here because I am seeing reports now that, can we confirm this, that Larry Kudlow has just had a heart attack?
I just got that. I just got that too. Hang on. I'm looking it up to see.
We are hearing reports now that Larry Kudlow
Okay, I've got an article if you want me to show it,
For those
Joe.
that don't know, Larry Kudlow is the director of the United States National Economic Council, and we just had a press briefing with him just the other day. And so what do you got, Tara?
Okay, let me get it pulled up. Just a very short article, but wow. Okay, so it says Larry Kudlow suffers heart attack, and this was posted at 8:38. So this was literally posted 4 minutes ago. White House Chief Economic Advisor Larry Kudlow on Monday was admitted to hospital following a heart attack, according to President Trump. And this was his tweet that he posted at 7:35 p.m. Said, our great Larry Kudlow has been working so hard on trade and the economy, has just suffered a heart attack. He is now in Walter Reed Medical Center, Trump tweeted. And there's no further updates as this just happened.
I'm going to retweet that actually from our account. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Larry and his family. That's just terrible. He's been working very hard. Obviously, we heard him in the briefing the other day go over all the things that he'd been working on and all the progress that has been made as of late. And so sad. We hope that he is doing okay and that he recovers very soon.
Yeah, what horrible timing. We'll definitely be praying for him.
So if you're just joining us now, we're looking live.
So if you're just joining us
go ahead,
now,
Tara,
I'll keep this.
Go ahead, Tara. Sorry.
Sorry. I was just going to say I'll keep this pulled up, my articles I have, and I'll keep refreshing them. And when I have something new on him, I'll just chime in with that.
Sounds good. So yeah, and looking at the screen, I think just for the record, everybody, just for the record, RSBN reported that Larry Kudlow had a heart attack before Fox News did. So we are on it here at Fox. At Fox. We're on it here at Right Side Broadcasting. Actually, I have to give credit to the head moderator, my mother, who's in the chat room, who actually broke that story to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known about it. So, thanks, Mom, for that. So, if you're just joining us, we're looking live. The summit is to begin within we have about 16 minutes and 43 seconds left now until the summit begins. And as I said before, see if we can get a schedule up here for you. Tara, do you have that schedule handy?
I do not, but I can pull it up. How about this? I'll give a quick rundown of it if you want to pull up the official one from the White House.
Is it on the White House then?
I can get it. Was it on the White House Twitter?
So for those of you, while they're pulling up the official schedule, what is planned to happen is at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and that's 9 a.m. Singapore time. They are going to do an official handshake. It'll be the first meeting ever for them. They're going to go behind closed doors for about 45 minutes roughly with just them two and their translators. Then after that, they will have a luncheon, a meeting where each side's advisors, so like we discussed earlier, each side's going to bring their advisors and their translators in. They will sit down on that luncheon. They'll talk more, obviously further in more detail with their advisors. And then once the luncheon is over at about 3 a.m. Central Time, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, President Trump will address the press. Now, hopefully, we don't have to wait until 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning to hear anything about what was said behind the closed doors. Hopefully, someone will be able to come out maybe after the luncheon or before and just give a little remarks on how it went or something. But that is kind of the schedule and the layout of how things are going to go tonight. And I think
And
Joe might have it pulled up.
We're actually looking right now at live video. Any minute, Kim Jong-un and President Donald Trump will arrive here at the summit at the Capella Singapore on Sentosa Island. Nice name. I have to visit that sometime. And so we're awaiting that right now, live on the air. We're waiting for them to arrive at their respective motorcades and play "Let's Make a Deal." So.
I think Singapore was chosen just because, it's neutral. There have been no bad relations between the U.S. and Singapore or North Korea and Singapore. But I don't think they're all actually staying at that hotel. They're kind of staying at just different hotels scattered among the area. So, some little conversations, of course, could happen there as well, but nothing official.
And I have an article here pulled up going off of what you were saying, Alyssa, about why they chose Singapore. And there's so many ads popping up. And I'll get that pulled up in like 3 seconds. Let me see. Okay, here it is. Let me pull it. Okay. So it says, if there's anything Singapore is known for, it's law and order. And it says, the wealthy city-state of 5.5 million famously fines people thousands of dollars for littering, has banned chewing gum from the streets, and still uses caning as a punishment for minor crimes. Singapore's security is also legendary, which is one major reason why it was selected for the historic summit between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. And then it'll be held, as y'all were saying, the 5-star resort on the island. It says the country has pulled off other high-stakes meetings in the past. And it says, but the meeting between Trump and Kim is unprecedented, and Singapore is pulling out all the stops to ensure the summit runs smoothly. So another reason why they probably chose that is because the high level of security that Singapore has.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, they've had these high-level meetings before, and according to a CNBC article, they didn't actually offer to hold the summit there, but they were first approached by the U.S. The country's Minister for Foreign Affairs said, "We did not put our hand up, but we were asked. The Americans approached us first. The North Koreans subsequently came to us." And he also said that he thinks Singaporeans can be proud that they've been chosen because they're known to be neutral, reliable, trustworthy, and secure.
So, if you're just joining us, I want to point out, we're looking at a live shot now of the RSBN studio headquarters here in Auburn, Alabama. You've got Alyssa Ash there, who's our newest anchor and reporter, who's doing a fantastic job. And then to the left of Alyssa, you have my dog. Jack is on the screen, making an appearance.
I thought you were going to say me.
1,500 people. So Jackie, there's your 15 seconds. So if you're just joining us waiting again on
Hopefully we'll get some images up of Kim Jong-un and President Trump greeting each other. Share this broadcast, by the way. Who else on YouTube puts together? We have our errors. Don't get me wrong. We're not perfect. We have lots of hiccups. That's to be expected for a company as small as ours. But who else has put on a broadcast like this on YouTube with so many fancy-looking scenes and all these split screens and everything? We have 1,500 people watching, so share the broadcast, folks. We really appreciate your support, which I'll say again. Does anybody want to tell people what is happening about, I don't know, in like 9 days from now?
Alyssa, you got it.
Okay, so we actually have another opportunity to go to another MAGA rally in Duluth, Minnesota. What? Isn't that cool? Super, super far up north. And so we'll definitely need you guys' support, which I think we missed one earlier. We got a donation, but we also just got a $2 donation from Pete with a sweet message about Trump. So thank you for that, Pete. But anyways, yeah, we're really excited to travel. I think the whole team is able to go. Tara, Liz, Aaron, Tom, and I. And it'll be a great time. And, you know, we can't go without you guys' donations. That is what makes us able to travel and report real news to you. So if you're able to donate, there are different ways you can do that. Of course, you can donate right here, the $ in the YouTube chat. You can donate on our website. You'll just see a donate link, and you can donate on patreon.com, and that's actually patreon.com/RSBN. And that is where you can, get our swag. You can get t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, different fun things just to remember us. And then you can donate to the home address as well if you want to just send a check to our P.O. Box. Now, Tom O'Neill has that memorized. Unfortunately, I do not, but I need to.
All right, so folks who are just live shots now in Singapore, waiting the start of the Trump-Kim summit. We're being buried in the search results again, by the way, on YouTube. So people are not going to find us if they search for this. Instead, they'll get fake news channels and people who steal broadcasts and things like that. They bury us in the search results. So the only way we're able to get our message out is if you share this on Twitter and your Facebooks and tell people to come watch. RSBN is going to be on for a while covering this, and so make sure you pass that along to people. We really appreciate it. We'll be going to Duluth, Minnesota with a full crew in about 9 days. We put on a successful broadcast and got our mojo back last couple weeks ago in Nashville, Tennessee. So we're looking forward to going. It's going to be fun. And it looks like we now have on the screen, I think that looks like, is that Kim Jong-un's? It looks like one of them is arriving now. I would think that's Kim Jong-un arriving now to the summit. A motorcade is now arriving, as we see on the screen. Let's for just a second, let's listen in and see if we hear any audio. Just saw live right here on RSBN. You just saw Kim Jong-un exit his motorcade and make his way into the summit. And I would assume that President Trump will be following behind very shortly. So that was, wow, that's amazing to see that. I mean, again, I say it, I've been saying it all night, but it really is quite amazing that this is even happening right now. So, but America, this is what you voted for. You voted for
America, this
Yeah.
is what you voted for. You voted for
you said he
someone
was
who
going to make
could,
deals and reach
you
out
said
to
he was
people.
going
And,
to make deals and reach out to people. And
didn't seem like in the first year of this presidency
didn't
that
seem
this would
like
happen
in the
with all
first
the
year
names
of his
being
presidency
thrown
this
at
would
each
happen
other.
with all the
But,
names being
here we
thrown
are.
at each other. But here we are.
Yeah, and it looks like we've gotten a few more donations. Wow, 4 to catch up on. One from Lars Anderson, 55. Actually, Swedish kronas, so very unique. Thank you for that. And we have $50 from, hold on, I just lost it. Oh, Nate Skate, thank you for that. $20 from Beast Raju. And we have another $20 from Alan Kendrick. And one more. Oh, wow. $50 from Gazman. Good work from BC Watcher. Guys, thank you so much. We so appreciate that. And we are not able to do what we do without your donations.
Yeah, super, super excited for all those donations. Thank you so much. I just want to point out, a second ago, we saw him exit his limo. He didn't look excited or happy, or he wasn't really showing any emotions. He didn't look nervous. He did have a little notepad with him, so I wonder if he, took down notes of something he's going to talk about. I don't know, but I expected him to at least, smile to the cameras, and he didn't. But I guess, of course, he is a tough leader, so I don't know why I expected that.
Yeah, he didn't look as excited as I was hoping. Just kind of mellow, at one of the most historic events ever. And it looks like we just got another $50 donation from Philip Nicholson that says MAGA, which we all know means Make America Great Again. Thank you, Philip. That'll help us go to the rally. Oh, and we just got $20 from Deplorable D for the rally. Thank you so much for that.
Amazing. Our folks, our viewers
Amazing.
are
Our
just
folks,
amazing,
our
amazing,
viewers
amazing.
are.
They really are. They've been with us for so long, and it really is a historic night. I want to tweet you, show you something right now. My friend Jeff Poor, who also works at Breitbart, who is an Auburn man, and I like him a lot. And again, we're getting information. Hold on. Yeah. So Jeff Poor, who works at Breitbart, tweets a picture of the American flag next to the North Korean flag and says, "It really feels like something out of a movie." And I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more. It's wow. So here we're looking now outside, and there's all the media. And look, they've got a live view, just like we do. A backpack, a live view backpack. So cool. So we are awaiting. It looks as though if the president will arrive very shortly, and hopefully we'll get to see the handshake, the meeting between Kim Jong-un and President Donald Trump.
And I do just want to chime in for just a second. I was reading some of the comments in the YouTube chat, and some of you were saying it sounds like, we're cutting each other off. That is because when I'm here in Birmingham and they are there in Auburn, and the way the audio is, we're not cutting each other off in our time, but it's a delayed about 4 or 5 seconds when it goes through the video. So that's why it sounds like we're cutting each other off. We're really not, and that's an issue we're trying to get resolved. So we're not just being rude to each other and, cutting each other off. It just sounds like that because of the delay. So I just wanted to get that out there because a lot of people were having questions about it.
Absolutely. And I will say this. We're not Fox News. We're not the big mainstream people. So what you're seeing here on screen is the result of people who, me, I can't speak for them, who have no idea what they're doing, putting together a broadcast. Now, I'll say it looks like we're gonna go now. It looks like President Trump is now arriving to the summit. We have live video now of President Trump arriving at the summit. We just saw Kim Jong-un, and now we see President Trump arriving. We'll have a video. We'll have a shot of him getting out of the beast. And he will make his way inside, and maybe we'll get an opportunity to see the two of them meet. This is a really historic moment.
That's so exciting. And I just found another article from the Washington Post just talking about, the openness to engagement and how the Trump administration has gone farther.
Listen, I'm going to interrupt
than,
you just a second. As Trump exits the beast, we're going to play audio here. Okay, and there you have it. President Donald J. Trump has just arrived. Kim Jong-un arrived about 5 minutes ago, so they are both now inside the building, and this thing is officially on. So let's see what's going to happen next. It's very exciting, very exciting. And Alyssa, you can continue what you were talking about.
One second, let me pull that back up. A quote from former Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, his 4-no commitment, and that the United States was not seeking regime change in Pyongyang, nor collapse of the North Korean state, nor premature reunification with South Korea, nor sending American forces into North Korea. And this kind of gave North Korea the respect for what they longed for, and that was not lost, on their leadership. So it's so exciting, like right now at this moment, 12 hours before kind of in their time zone, it's starting to begin. Tara, what are you hoping ultimately comes out of this summit?
Honestly, I'm just hoping that for just this very first one, it goes very peacefully and they meet each other, just like I said earlier, just a meet and greet, and that's all I'm hoping for. It's peaceful. I know they both have their strong personalities, and there's no telling where this could go or how it could go. And I know President Trump is all about, he said earlier, he's going to take it easy, take it as slow as he wants to take it. So I'm sure there will be other meetings, in my opinion, but I just hope this first one goes just smoothly. I hope there's not any drama that comes out of it. I hope they, handle things well, consider the circumstances. And we do have a bunch of donations that we have missed. I just want to bring up. Philip Nicholson donated $50. Let's see. Deplorable B donated $20. Benzie Balk said, "You guys are doing great. You'll be better than Fox one day." Yippity68 said, "God bless the summit challenge, $20. $20 for love and unity." Let's see, I think I might have missed some more. Thank you so much for these donations. It helps us to continue to be able to do this, to bring you this coverage. I mean, historic events like this, we can continue to bring you with all these donations. And I believe someone started a $5 challenge. If I can get to it, let's see. The donations are going so fast on my screen that I can't even keep up with it. So that's a good thing. Gazman donated Canadian $50 and said, "Good work from BC Watcher." Alan Kendrick said, "You all at RSBN are awesome. Thank you, Joe and ladies." Beast Raju donated $19. And Nate Skate donated $50. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if I missed any. I hope I didn't. But for those of you that are wondering how to donate, Or if you've never donated before and you want us to tell you how, you can do that in the YouTube chat. If you have the YouTube chat pulled up, there's a $ in the bottom left-hand corner, and then you can leave a little personalized message. You can tell us your thoughts, and we get to read those out loud. Or you can donate on rsbnetwork.com/donate, or you can become a monthly donator at patreon.com/RSBN. And any and all donations help. It helps get us to the rally that we're going to next week. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and it looks like we just got another $20 donation from MCS Studios 101.
Guys,
So thank you for that.
Right now. Let's listen to the audio of Trump and Kennedy. Wow, folks, that is, oh my goodness, that is the most incredible thing I have seen. I've got to screenshot that and tweet that out. You just saw President Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un, and there you see them again. They're talking. President Trump has his arm around, he patted Kim Jong-un on the shoulder there. This is really just an amazing moment right now that you're witnessing live here on RSBN, and there they go again. Let's listen in.
예, 잠시만, 예.
So again, just incredible video there from Singapore. The President of the United States meeting with Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea. Amazing, just amazing. And I'm going to tweet this out, so I'm going to let you ladies take it over for just a minute.
Yeah, it was definitely a sight, kind of unbelievable. Honestly, just to see them standing beside each other, smiling. Like Joe said, President Trump put his arm on Chairman Kim Jong-un for a minute, and then, they just shook hands. It was crazy. Tara, can you believe it?
Absolutely insane. I was watching it live here with everyone else with a little bit of delay, and it is insane. I mean, I was just like, literally my jaw dropped because it's so groundbreaking. And I was just looking at their facial expressions. Kim Jong-un looked very serious. And President Trump looked like he was comfortable, like he didn't seem very nervous at all. And we were watching when they were walking with their translators. They were chatting to the translator, and the translator was chatting, and so they're already having little small talk, and it, seems to be going well so far. Joe, what are your thoughts on it?
You've already heard my thoughts. I think it's the most incredible thing I've seen in a long time. It's something that, again, did anybody really think this would happen 3 months ago during the Little Rocket Man comments? Just goes to show you how much things can change and what what the president is capable of doing. If anybody can get it done, again, he wrote the book, The Art of the Deal. So incredible.
For sure. And it looks like we just got another donation from Lars Anderson, and he said Kim is so starstruck to meet the POTUS, which I believe is true. And then Webster SoCal donated $20. Thank you for that. And he said RSBN bringing the truth to the world. That is our goal. We're trying to be, not a typical mainstream news, just real people bringing you real news. That's the goal. And what an immense blessing and honor to be able to bring you this today. We're not going to have something as big and historic as this for a long, long time. And so we really just need to treasure this moment.
Miss Tara. Miss Tara.
Oh, sorry, I was watching looking at the chat, reading comments. But once again, I just want to chime in and say, if you have any comments or any speculations of what you think is going to happen, please send them to our Twitter. Mine is Tara RSBN, that's Tera RSBN. Alyssa's is Alyssa RSBN, and Joe's is, of course, Joe Seals with an ES on the end of Seals. We are very excited for this event to be taking place. For those of you that are just joining, they just shook hands for the first time in history. First time ever even hearing each other's voice, as far as I know. I don't think they've ever spoken on the phone. They've just exchanged letters. So this is monumental. My phone is blowing up right now with just tweets and pictures. People have already, went and screenshot the video and are tweeting out the official handshake. We were talking about, some people in the chat were talking about their body language. President Trump did seem, very comfortable. He was making the moves. He was like, go this way. He was guiding him. And so I don't know if President Trump's going to go in this with that mindset, like, I'm controlling this thing. This is my thing. Because Kim Jong-un looked a little nervous and he was just kind of standing there. But of course, we won't know until after it's all said and done.
And earlier when I was researching, multiple articles said that President Trump had said, I think within the first minute I'll know, meaning within the first minute he'll know whether or not Chairman Kim really plans to denuclearize. So it's something that everyone is on the edge of their seats, wanting to just find out. And there's so many interesting fun facts to this. So this is actually the farthest Kim Jong-un has traveled since taking power in 2011. And interestingly enough, he flew in on a Chinese aircraft. So I'm not really sure what that says, but looks like, we just got another $20 donation from Duke. What a great job RSBN is doing. This is truly a historic event. Thank you so much, Duke, for that.
Yes, and I know they're showing, or Joe is showing the schedule of kind of what was going to happen today. So I was watching the video, and it looked like the media had just gotten kicked out. So I'm sure the talks are starting right now. They didn't give an official announcement like it is starting, but I'm sure they're starting right now. And I was seeing some people comment in the chat, put your camera inside, let's hear. There are no cameras inside this event. It is a closed door. It is just President Trump, Kim Jong-un, and their translators, and that is it.
Live right now at a shot. This is video from Reuters you're watching right now of a shot of people here inside. I believe this is in Singapore, watching Trump and Kim meet.
Hey, Joe, I don't want to interrupt you, but I've got a black screen on my end.
Mine was for a second, but we're good. I refreshed it. It came back on mine.
That hasn't happened in a long time.
That is insane. That hasn't happened in a long time. Wow.
I guess we are black screen. All right, we're back.
Yes, we are black screen. All right, we're back. We're back, though. We're back.
We're back on mine. It looks like we just got $5 from Andreas Von T. My first impression is Trump is totally in control so far. You guys are doing great. Thank you so much for that.
I wanted to show everybody a tweet right now at one of my friends' of my friends who used to be on a program that we ran here at RSBN tweeted out, Trump has his game face on. Whatever happens at the end of the day, you win, boss. Hashtag Trump Kim Summit. That's a pretty good tweet right there. Well, that's the apprentice face that I love. I love that. So everybody, Tara, do you want to run down the schedule one more time for us so we can sort of let folks know what's happening right now inside that summit? Again, there is no live coverage. There are no cameras inside this meeting. There may be a press conference afterwards. There may be media availability afterwards. But for right now, you're stuck with us sitting here talking to you and showing you pictures from outside. Tara, do you want to run down the schedule real quick for everybody?
Yeah, for sure. So what's going to happen, or what's taking place right now, is the actual meeting between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. Now, this is supposed to last 45 minutes, an hour. It's just what people are saying. Obviously, no one for real knows how long it's going to last. Just whenever they are done talking, they are done talking. But it's expected to be about 45 minutes long. After this meeting with with President Trump and Kim Jong-un is over, they're going to go to a luncheon where they're both advisors on each side. So like John Kelly, I know Alyssa said, press secretary, Sarah Sanders is going to be there. I'm not sure who all else, but they're each going to have their advisors going to sit down, have lunch, which is completely historic to me too. They're having lunch with the North Korean leader, not just meeting, they're sitting down, having lunch. All these White House officials are sitting down and talking with the North Korean leader. And then once that is over, around 3 a.m. Central Time, 4 a.m. Eastern, President Trump will address the media and give his little press conference on it. He'll say, maybe give a quick rundown of what they talked about, answer questions from the press, and that is pretty much the rundown for how things are going to go. Now, if they're going to talk in between, if they're going to have someone come out before the lunch and say, oh, this is kind of how it's going, we don't know. We're just here waiting to see along with everyone else.
What you're looking at right now is live video from Reuters, which we can only show a few seconds of this. We'll have to cut away from. These are people in South Korea who are watching the Trump-Kim Summit, and I'm going to try to find videos somewhere. I don't know how they're able to get video of that because there is no... It appears that they have video of President Trump sitting down with Kim Jong-un on the screen there, but I am not able to find that video, and I'm really trying to find it. So I'm going to let you guys take over while I look for that.
Other interesting facts from my research earlier, people were kind of wondering, while he's having this summit, and hopefully he's completely 100% focused on the meeting, but people wondered, who would have control of the nuclear button, so to speak, while Kim Jong-un is in the meeting. And he still can make the decision to launch nuclear weapons while he's in the meeting. But he most likely gave authority to some North Korean trusted officials, such as, and excuse me if I butcher this name, Cho Rong-hai, which is one of his senior leaders who accompanied him to the airport. And then in one of the articles I read previously, there was a U.S. official carrying the football. It's like a suitcase with all of our nuclear codes, so they are protected and safe somewhere as well, but hoping that's not what they are focusing on right now, even though that is the hot topic of discussion. And Kim Jong-un really wants just some of the crippling international sanctions lifted. And his top priority is to avoid isolation and suffering, led by the U.S.'s maximum pressure strategy. And this was said by Jing Chang-soo, president of the Sejong Institute, which is a satellite city south of Seoul.
Yeah, absolutely, Alyssa, and thank you for all of that. And say we have a couple of donations. One from Duke said, "What a great job RSBN is doing. This is truly a historic event. It is so historic. I feel like some people don't realize how historic this event is. Absolutely groundbreaking. Even if, like we were talking earlier, even if nothing comes of this, this is still huge, huge. If the summit completely fails, nothing comes of it, it is still groundbreaking and will go down in history forever." And then we have another donation from Philip Nicholson. One from, let's see, I believe that is it for now, but thank you so much for those donations. And for those of you that are tuned in kind of late or haven't heard yet, we are going to another rally next week. Next Wednesday, we're going to be in Minnesota. I believe it's Duluth, Minnesota, which is right on the border. It's going to be so much fun. We're having the full team again. So it's going to be myself, Alyssa, Liz, Tom O'Neill, who is in the chat right now, and Aaron, our camera guys. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be great. We're going to obviously do the interviews before and after, and we're going to do the pre-rally stream is going to be a ton of fun, so mark your calendars. And when we get more details about what time we're going live and everything, we'll definitely send those out and tweet those out. We are very, very excited for
And
that.
just as I have just as I pulled up on the screen here, I just tweeted this out. Think of it. Think of what was happening 3 months ago. Think of what was happening a year ago. Think of what was happening that has been happening for the last, quarter of a century. The hostility between North Korea and the United States has been at the forefront of news coverage. Will they attain a nuclear weapon? Will they one day, strike us with a nuclear weapon? The tensions are so high in the Korean Peninsula. We have troops in South Korea. Every time they hold the joint military exercises, there's tension. Kim Jong-un's father, if you can remember, it was the same situation. And now, just 3 months after the little rocket man comment from Trump, here we are. And it really is an incredible moment in history. And we're very proud to be a part of it in some way here at RSBN.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, some people were speculating on how this is going to go. And President Trump said, I believe it was earlier today, that he's not taking any notes in there. He's not doing anything. He's going in there and saying what he wants, and that's it. And I believe that's the type of president we have. And if he, like Alyssa was saying earlier, if he goes in within the first minute, if he feels like it's not right, then he's just going to get up and leave. And I'm very excited to see how this turns out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does seem to have a dramatic style sometimes when he might, walk out of things. So we'll see about that. And it looks like we just got a $10 donation from KZ Gypsy Muse that says it feels good hearing RSBN with real pro-USA people cover this historic event. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your donation. That'll definitely help us get to the rally in Minnesota next week.
I'm trying to pull up and see if there's any more updates on Larry Kudlow. For those of you who didn't hear, he had a heart attack about an hour ago. I know he's in the hospital now, and I'll just keep refreshing my screen to see if there's any more updates on his status and how he's doing. So I'm going to pull that up just super quick.
Yeah, it looks like they've added a little bit to the Washington Examiner article, but kind of just talking about Kudlow saying he made headlines on Sunday for saying Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau double-crossed the U.S. and stabbed us in the back after the G7 summit meeting last week by announcing retaliatory tariffs. So there was, a little bit of hostility there. But we kind of just saw in his speech that we broadcasted to you guys. You can go back on our YouTube channel and watch that if you want, just how hard he has worked on this and how he has put his heart and soul into this. And so it's really just, heartbreaking that he's going through this right now. So our thoughts and prayers are definitely with his family. And he's in the Walter Reed Medical Center. Tara, have you found any updates?
There are no updates as far as his health or a statement from the hospital, but there was a kind of a summary of his life, and it says Kudlow suffered a cocaine and alcohol addiction in the 90s, taking leave from the financial firm Bear Stearns to check himself into rehab. And then he told the New York Times in March he's been sober for 23 years, calling it the center of my life. So it sounds like he's been in pretty good health, at least for the past 23 years. But I will definitely keep updating this, and then when we get more on his health and a statement from the hospital, I will let you know.
All right, folks. So I am going to show you now some video we have of President Trump and Kim Jong-un speaking. This is from Breaking 911. Let's listen in, and I'll restart the video for you here.
다시 나중에 기회가 되면 연변에 가고 싶으세요?
죽기 전에 고향에 한번 보고 죽어야지. 우리끼리 잘하던 그 고향 가보고 싶지만 가볼 수가 없어. 그 가족들 부담이 있지만 같은 고향은 못 가는 거야. 인생을 살아가는 참 가고 싶어. 과거가 있고 또
I feel really great. We're going to have a great discussion, and I think tremendous success. We'll be tremendously successful. And it's my honor, and we will have a terrific relationship, I have no doubt.
우리는 아주 굉장히 성공할 걸로 믿습니다. 그리고 아주 만나게 돼서 굉장히 영광스럽게 생각합니다. 아주 훌륭한 관계를 가지고 있고 아주 전혀 의심 없이 좋은 관계를 우리가 맺을 거라고 생각합니다.
여기까지 오는 길이 쉬운 길은 아니었죠.
Well, it was not easy to get here.
우리한테는 우리 발목을 잡는 그 과거가 있고 또 그릇된 분변과 관행들이 우리 때로는 우리 눈과 귀를 가리우기도 했는데 우리 모든 것을 이겨내고 이 자리까지 왔습니다.
The past worked as fetters on our limbs, and the old prejudices and practices worked as obstacles on our way forward, but we overcame all of them, and we are here today.
That's true.
오늘 말씀입니다.
Wow is all I can say. You just gotta ask yourself. Is Trump sitting there looking at Kim Jong-un as he's talking, thinking, "Holy crap! I'm sitting here with Kim Jong-un." I mean, that is just that's amazing to see. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that's historic. That's the last thing most people thought would ever happen. And so that's why I say hand Trump the Nobel Peace Prize. If this is a success, if the Korean Peninsula becomes denuclearized, hand him the Nobel Peace Prize. That's my opinion.
Joe, I have something interesting I want to share. Let's see. Someone sent me this tweet. I'll have to pull their name up in just a second.
I mean, that
It's
is
from
that
Mark
is
Williams,
that is
and it
just
says, "Here's what
that's
Trump and
amazing
Kim
to see.
said
I
in
don't know.
front of
Maybe
the
it's just
cameras to
me,
the best of my
but
ability."
that's
So, of course, this
historic.
isn't,
Um,
verbatim, but reporters
That's
said,
the
"Mr.
last thing
President,
most
how do you
people
feel
thought
in
would
this first
ever
minute?"
happen.
Trump said, "I feel really great. We're going to have
And
a
so
great
that's why I
discussion, and
say
think tremendous
hand Trump the
success.
Nobel
It will be
Peace Prize.
tremendously
If
successful, and
this
it's my
is a
honor. We
success,
will have a
if the
terrific
Korean
relationship, I have
Peninsula
no doubt."
becomes
Kim, this is through the
denuclearized,
interpreter, said,
hand
"Well,
him the
it was not
Nobel
easy to
Peace
get
Prize.
here. The past,
That's my opinion.
unintelligible, the old prejudices and practices worked as obstacles on our way forward, but we overcame all of them." And we Joe, I have something interesting I want to share. Trump said, "That's true. Thank you." Let's see. That was a little. Someone sent me this tweet. What they said. Hopefully, we can get more of those throughout the night. And that was Fred Golblowski that sent that to me. Thank you so much. That is amazing. I'd love to, kind of see what they're actually talking about, since we can't really hear it and we can't, we don't speak the language that they speak. But this is very, very neat to hear.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Alyssa. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, Alyssa.
No, I was just going to say, real quick, as they were sitting there, we saw them just shake hands again, which is just monumental. We didn't even expect it to happen, one time, and now it's almost like they're friends. So really just hoping for success, just like you heard President Trump say, tremendous success. That's the goal from today.
So if you're just joining us, we're looking in Singapore outside the historic summit. Again, there are no television cameras allowed inside this summit. This is a summit that will feature President Trump and Kim Jong-un meeting together privately, I believe, for an hour or so, and then they will be joined by other staff and administration officials, and then they will have a working lunch. Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump will have a working lunch together, and there will be a press conference. Now, with Trump, you never know. He could decide that if things go bad, or if they go exceptionally well, that he wants to have a press conference right after the conclusion of it could come earlier, but as of right now, the press conference is scheduled for 4 a.m. Is it 4 a.m.?
Yes, it is 4 a.m. Eastern Time,
Okay.
3 a.m.
So
Central.
we will bring that to you live here on RSBN. So we're going to continue to monitor this and stay on the air as we await some more news here coming out of Singapore. So once again, I will just say, if you like what we're doing here at RSBN, I'm Joe Seals here in studio, joined by to my right over here is our newest anchor, Alyssa Ash, and then Tara Broderick is. Where are you, Tara? There you are. Tara is here. Tara, scoot over to your left 1 inch. There you go. Now you're centered. Sorry. So, my bad on that.
To my left?
So we are coming to you live
Okay.
from. I'm in Auburn. Tara's in Birmingham. Alyssa's here in Auburn with me. It's our pleasure to bring you this. This is a historic moment with President Trump and the leader of North Korea meeting. And for the first time ever, American president has met with a North Korean leader. So that is incredible. We have gone out here. I know there's been some hiccups in our broadcast, but we don't have all the equipment and the fancy stuff like Fox News does here, like we're watching now, or any of the other news stuff. But we're doing a pretty good job, I think, with what we have to work with here. So if you guys, if you want to help us out and help us grow and help to continue to do stuff, like we're going to a rally. The president has a rally in 9 days in Duluth, Minnesota. We go to all the rallies. Most people don't know that we actually worked with President Trump's campaign during the 2016 election to reach over 300 million people. We actually gave his campaign away to bypass the mainstream media by simulcasting our feeds that came from our cameras to the president's Facebook page. And we reached over 300 million people during the election. It was an incredible experience for us to go through. We got to do really cool things, and we're still here. We're not planning on going anywhere. So we have a lot of things that we're looking forward to. We have midterms coming up. The president will be out on the campaign trail a lot, doing stump speeches for a lot of these people holding these rallies. Minnesota is just the next one, and we're sending a full crew of 5 people. For a small company like us in Auburn, Alabama, it's really hard for us to do, because those things, I think the Nashville trip alone with expenses and after paying these guys, we were out about $5,000, and we did make a little bit of money, which is good because we needed one of those. This is the first time in a while that we'd actually made money, but we're only able to go because of your support. It's really important that we get your support, because these other YouTube channels, they may have more viewers than us, but they're not doing it the right way. We're doing it the right way here. We do things by the book. What you see on our screens and come from our cameras and are original. When we go to these rallies, we don't take feeds without permission. We're doing everything you see here is original. So if you want to help us continue to do this and give you this kind of coverage, you can help us in a couple ways. Tara, can you tell us 2 of those ways?
Yeah, for sure. So if you're in the YouTube chat, down at the bottom you should see a little $sign, and that's one of the easiest ways to donate. You can leave a little message, and that's what we get to read out on air when we're shouting people out. We're like, thank you so much for donating. That's what we're reading from. You can also donate on our website at rsbnetwork.com/donate, or if you want to be a monthly donator and get some really cool gear like the hats you see us wearing at rallies, or coffee cups and stuff like that, you can go to patreon.com/RSBN. And as I was saying that, we got a donation from M. Driller, donated $10. Thank you so much. Any and all donations help so much. So thank you for everything. It helps us go to the rallies, which are my absolute favorite. We have so much fun at them. So just please keep donating and helping us to continue to do what we do, because we definitely could not do it without your support.
If you guys are not able to donate online, you can also mail in your donation to our home address, which is 1550 Opelika Road, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344 in Auburn, Alabama, 36830. And that's found on our website too. Super easy to get to and accessible. You just click donate up at the top. It's the very top red bar, 4th from the top. You can click that. And also, if I can get it pulled up, I have a tweet to share with you guys from Charlie Kirk of TPUSA. And it's just the historic picture of President Trump and Chairman Kim Jong-un shaking hands. And he says, Trump is finishing the Cold War. Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama all made things much worse. Just this handshake alone merits a Nobel Peace Prize. You're witnessing history courtesy of the greatest president of our lifetime, President Donald Trump. #MAGA. And yeah, sorry.
And I do want to sorry, listen. As I get these tweets in, I'm just going to share them because I think they are so cool, just to get a little bit of inside look of exactly what they're talking about, since of course we don't have interpreters here with us. So here's another tweet from Martin Williams.
He says Trump is finishing the Cold War. Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama all made things much worse. Just this handshake alone merits a Nobel Peace Prize. You're witnessing history courtesy of the greatest president of our lifetime, President Donald Trump.
Do we have
#MAGA.
to wait for them? Talk about the journalists, and Trump said, "I guess so." They never stopped.
And yeah, sorry.
And I do want to. Trump said, "I feel really great. We're going to have a great discussion." As I get these tweets in, I'm just going to share them because I think they are so cool, just to get a little bit of inside look of exactly what they're talking about, since of course we don't have interpreters here with us. So here's another tweet from Martin Williams.
He says Trump is finishing the Cold War. Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama all made things much worse. Just this handshake alone merits a Nobel Peace Prize. You're witnessing history courtesy of the greatest president of our lifetime, President Donald Trump. Hashtag MAGA.
Figures these out and figures out what they're talking about. I'm going to keep bringing them up because I love this. I love getting to know what they're saying through the interpreters. Just even though this is just a little small talk conversation, it kind of lays the groundwork and the frame of how this whole talk is going to go and how, you know, how their attitudes are towards each other. And so far, it seems very just nice and respectful.
Yeah, definitely. It seems positive so far. And Fox News actually tweeted out, have it up here, a quote from President Trump. He said, "We will have a terrific relationship, I have no doubt." And then his hashtag, Trump-Kim Summit. So, just fantastic. Hoping for the best. And then Daniel Hoffman said, "What we know today is the POTUS is taking the precursor step, which is to establish the relationship with Kim Jong-un on which everything depends." Sorry, Terry, go ahead.
And I want to point out, no, you're fine. I have the YouTube chat pulled up and I'm reading through as y'all are making comments. And a lot of you are saying that, you know, I mentioned this earlier, that we're cutting each other off. We are not cutting each other off. It sounds like that because, of course, we're in two different locations and there's a delay, and we are, you know, a small company. We don't have all the super fancy technology that Fox has, and we're definitely not trying to be Fox. So if it sounds like we're cutting each other off, please bear with us. We are not, and that's still something we're trying to get figured out. Of course, you can see I have this earpiece here so I can hear what they're saying in Auburn, and it's coming to me real time. But of course, if I speak too soon or they speak too soon, it sounds like we're cutting each other off, but we are not. So please bear with us on that. I just wanted to clear that up again for those of you that are asking.
Joining you back now is Joe Seals. Hi, everybody. I'm back. I have been making some clips here so we can show a replay of that historic moment with Kim Jong-un and President Trump shaking hands, meeting, etc. So thanks, guys, for filling in for me. What you're watching here is a live shot of folks in South Korea watching this historic summit. It is in their they are particularly interested in this. They have a lot at stake in this because they fear you hear about the tensions between North and South Korea all the time. And it's why we have troops there stationed in South Korea. There's tension in that region, and South Korea, it's in their best interest to ensure that that this meeting goes well, to bring peace and to the Korean Peninsula, and so they are watching very closely there in South Korea. And again, this video coming to us from Reuters, so. Really amazing, and wow.
Thank you, Joe. And it looks like we just got a $5 donation from Mike B, who said, "Great rally coverage. You are first in my yearly contributions. I tune in daily." Thank you so much, Mike. That'll definitely help us get to our next rally in Duluth, Minnesota, right on the coast of Lake Superior, one of the Great Lakes. I've never been that far north, so definitely excited to see what Minnesota Trump fans are like. I mean, he definitely has a huge following of loyal conservatives that back everything he does, and so it'll be really exciting to see what they're like up in Minnesota.
I want to share. This is of the International Media Center in Singapore at the moment of the first encounter. So of course you can see they are very
Coast of Lake Superior, one of the Great Lakes. I have never been that far north, so definitely excited to see what Minnesota Trump fans are like. I mean, he definitely has a huge following.
Show that. I thought that was very interesting, and I do have my Twitter open, so if you want to send comments or tweets or anything, please send them, because I can't keep up with them in the YouTube chat. I'm trying to, but send them to our Twitters. Mine is Tara RSBN, that's Tera RSBN. Alyssa's is Alyssa RSBN, and then Joe's is, of course, Joe Seals. So please send in your comments. It helps us keep this, fun and interactive with you all. That's the whole goal of RSBN, is not only bring the full truth, but to be able to interact with the viewers, unlike mainstream media doesn't get to do. So that's why we have our Twitters open. That's why we have the chat. So
what we're gonna
comment
do right
and
now,
send your
really
thoughts.
quickly, is I want to go back and I want to show that moment that we showed here live on air, the moment that Kim Jong-un and President Donald Trump met outside the summit. They shook hands. It's about a minute and a half long or so. We're going to play it right now for you here on RSBN. So just a sec.
Another $20 donation from MCS Studios.
Okay, so. All right, so this was earlier. We were watching President Trump meet Kim Jong-un. Just really historic. As I said before, I can't say it enough, and I'll try not to say it anymore, but it's just amazing to see that picture. That is something I thought, I don't think anybody thought was going to happen, like I said, 3 months ago. So wow. And we eagerly await the, some news as to how this goes. They're about 45 minutes in now to the meeting, and in about 15 minutes, I think they're going to be joined by some other advisors, and hopefully we'll start to hear some news, some breaking news, some tweets come out from people that are there on the scene, so we can get a good idea of kind of how this thing is going, and if there is any news as far as if there's any progress being made or whatnot. But this was just an amazing moment. We were glad to be able to bring it to you live here on RSBN. Switching back now to Reuters, we're watching now the South Korean people watching footage of the summit. So I'm going to let you guys take it over for just a few minutes as I try to pull something else up for you.
Yeah.
Okay, but yes, as...
No,
Sorry,
no.
Alyssa, do you want to go? But just as Joe was saying earlier, this is an absolutely monumental event. And I'll just give another quick rundown of the schedule of how things are supposed to happen. Of course, we have two very strong opinionated people here, so if they probably want to change course of the schedule, they're going to do that. But they're supposed to meet starting at 9 o'clock. They did the official handshake like we all watched, and then the meeting is supposed to last 45 minutes to an hour. Now, however long that goes on, we don't know. But that's just speculations of what's going to happen. And then after the meeting ends, they're going to actually sit down and have lunch. So President Trump and Kim Jong-un are going to sit down and have a lunch meeting with both of their advisors and the translators. And they're, I'm sure, just going to discuss everything that they discussed in the closed-door meeting. And then once that is over with, about 3 a.m. Central Time, President Trump will then address the media and give his press conference and his remarks on it.
Yes, thank you, Tara. And kind of going back earlier, just getting their initial emotions about the summit. President Trump told reporters, "I feel really great," and he said it was an honor to meet and that he and Chairman Kim Jong-un will have a terrific relationship. He said, "I feel really great. We're going to have a great discussion and I think tremendous success. It will be tremendously successful and it is my honor. We will have a terrific relationship. I have no doubt." And then through his translator, Kim Jong-un said that there were definitely a lot of obstacles to get to this moment, but they made it, and that is what is happening right now. On the other side of the world, they are meeting, and hopefully it's going well. we haven't had any reports that it's not yet. So we're just going to assume progress is being made, right, Tara?
Right. And for those of you that also didn't hear, I know we briefly touched on it. Right before they met, probably about 30 minutes before they met, Larry Kudlow, which is President Donald Trump's chief economic advisor, suffered a heart attack. And I've been trying to keep updates on this all night. There is no update on his health or any statements from the hospital, but he is in Walter Reed Medical Center. Now, he's 70 years old. He didn't travel to Singapore. He had just returned to the United States from the G7 summit in Canada. There's not much else on it, but I just want to continue to give that update. Our hearts definitely go out to him and his family, and we are hoping for a quick and speedy recovery for him for sure.
Definitely. Our thoughts and prayers are with them and Walter Reed National Military Medical Center.
Okay, back here now, and I'm all right. So we're back. Trying to figure out. I'm getting funny things happening here on my computer monitor, but what I want to do is show you something, if I can, really quick. A tweet that I'm trying to pull up here. Let me get it up for you in just a second. As I was saying before, we're all Americans here, right? I mean, this shouldn't matter whether you're a Republican or Democrat. This is a good thing for the world, that North Korea would be, that there'd be peace on the Korean Peninsula. And so there are probably a lot of Democrats out there who's hoping this thing doesn't go well because they don't want to see Trump succeed, because no doubt his poll numbers are going to go sky high should this thing really be successful. I mean, he's already got a better approval rating right now than he did than Barack Obama or George W. Bush did at this time in their presidency. By the way, we're currently awaiting more live video from the summit, so stand by. We'll have that for you when it comes in. But here's a tweet that I found pretty refreshing from Donna Brazil, who, as you might remember, was the chairperson, I guess, chairwoman of the DNC before she was forced out, I believe. She said, "Real Donald Trump, good luck, Mr. President. Many of us are praying for a successful meeting in Singapore." And that really spoke to me because, that is, that's good to see. I mean, obviously, I disagree with Donna Brazil on a host of issues, but the fact that she gave him credit and her blessings is a good thing. And so that's definitely good. So if you have any examples out there of any Democrats that are giving Trump props for this, send them to us. We'd love to see it. Right now, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you were saying, we are all Americans here, and it does not matter which side you're on, and honestly, it doesn't matter which way the summit goes. It is groundbreaking either way. This is a historic event. This has never been done before. I think everyone needs to be in full support of the president on this, and I do have a tweet I want to share from Peter Baker. And
it's a good thing. And so
it's been about a minute. Of course, this was
that's definitely good. So if you have any examples out there of any Democrats that are giving Trump props for this, send them to us. We'd love to see it.
The president has already figured out whether the summit will be a success or not, and I think that's true. I'm just speculating here, but he said if he could tell within the first minute if it wasn't going to work out or not. So I think, they've been in there for 53 minutes now ish. So obviously they're talking about something. So I feel like it's going somewhere.
I think we're about to get some video coming in. I believe Fox just had a shot, and I think we're about to get the same shot of President Trump and Kim Jong-un coming out of their bilateral meeting, and they were waving to photographers and reporters from the second floor there at the summit. So we'll keep our eye on that and see if we can get that picture for you as well. Again, send us your tweets and let us know. I'm in particular interest of seeing if you can find an example of any Democrats or anybody on the left who has given Trump some props for this meeting.
It looks like we just received
We
a
do have-
$50 donation from Dave Harvey. Thank you so much. He said, thank you, RSBN. Trump is doing a great job. Thank you very much. And I have a tweet I want to share with you guys. I'll throw that on the screen real quick from Diamond and Silk, some of the president's close friends. And they said, President Trump is a boss. He wants peace and prosperity for the world. We love him for being strong and unwavering. Hashtag making history. Hashtag Trump Kim Summit. Hashtag North Korean Summit. So thank you for your support, Diamond and Silk.
And Laura Loomer tweeted out and said that the meeting is finished. And so we should be getting a shot of that very soon. So I'm very, very, very excited.
That's fantastic. I'm so excited to see what came out of it. I know the whole world is just anticipating the results.
Okay, everyone, I actually have video. Now. And I'm going to pull it up for you. Just give me 1 second.
So just to chime in here, the meeting started at around 9 a.m. their time, 9 p.m. Eastern time here in America. And so the meeting lasted about 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes. That's exactly what the schedule said it would last.
Let me come in real quick. We
They
got
got
to
in
get
there,
to this. We
talked
got to
about
get to
what
this
they needed
video
to
of
talk about,
President Trump
and
and
they
Kim
got out.
Jong-un. Let's go to it now.
We successfully shipped our capacity that way down on our shoulder, and we overcame all kinds of skepticism and speculations about this summit. And I believe that this is a big relief to peace. I believe so.
조금 전에 말씀드린 것 같지만 이때까지 역사에 가능한 각과 함께 훌륭한 수고를 사업을 시작해볼 계실 수 있습니다.
Some mindful chats involve our new in close cooperation with you, Mr. President. Of course, there will be challenges ahead, but I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do this very well.
We will solve it. We will be successful. And I look forward to working on it with you. It will be done.
우리는 행복할 것이고 또 문제를 해결할 것입니다. 그리고 함께 해결하는 것을 기대하고 있습니다.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow, there you have it. We have some. We had some video inside the part of the summit there between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. It was a little bit hard to tell what the some of the audio there, but I'm sure we'll get some clean audio here soon. And any of you guys have any opinions on? Could any of you tell what was said there?
Let me see if I can pull up You know, I did have a little transcript pulled up, and they were trying to translate what they were saying, and they were sending that out. Let me see if I can get that pulled up just really quick.
Yeah, and it looked like President Trump was just thanking everyone and saying it will be done. And Chairman Kim Jong-un was nodding in agreement. So definitely looks like a good sign.
Okay, no update so far on like a little transcript of what they were saying. But as soon as that comes in, I'm gonna get that out. They did both look, you know, that no one really looked angry, no one looked mad. They just kind of had neutral expressions. They were both shaking their heads and nodding. So I'm interested to see more details of when they address the press
So I want to show a tweet
of
now
exactly
on the
what they
screen.
discussed.
This is pretty funny, and if true, it's interesting. John Levine or Levine says here on the screen, the unmistakable voice of CNN's Jim Acosta, who we know well here. He's at all the rallies, shouting questions at Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un at the summit. Mr. Kim, will you give up your nuclear weapons, sir? So I'd like to sort of hear that. So let's listen really quick to this.
Mr. President, how's the meeting going so far, sir? Any progress, Mr. President? Chairman Kim, will you be nuclearized? Mr. President, how's it going so far, sir? Very good. What do you think? Very, very good. Chairman Kim, will you denuclearize? Mr. Kim, will you give up your nuclear weapons, sir?
And that was the unmistakable voice of Jim Acosta. Could recognize that anywhere. Would you give up your nuclear weapons, sir? So that was CNN's Jim Acosta. Going back now to live video outside the meeting place, as we say down south, in Singapore. You guys, feel free to join in anytime.
I do just want to chime in real quick. I got an update on Larry Kudlow. His wife did give a statement and said, you know, she hates being in the public spotlight, but understands there's misinformation out there. He is doing fine. Doctors here are fabulous. And that was her statement. So Larry Kudlow is apparently doing fine, his wife said. So we hope he continues to do a speedy recovery.
No doubt. Our thoughts and prayers with him here at RSBN. No doubt.
Yes, that is so good to hear. Thank you, Tara. Please definitely keep us updated as you see more.
So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you something on the screen.
I'm here at Checkers and Rallies. They just dropped a new peach mango island slushie. Ooh.
So
I could taste.
And I'll turn this down. There we go. All right. So let's look at the screen. This is a live look at our broadcast here right now. 1,295 people watching. Not so bad. Not too bad. But let's look at something really quick here. So even though obviously through all of its problems, we've had issues, some with our live broadcasts tonight. There's been a few audio issues, etc. We're doing our best here. I think we're doing a pretty good job. We've had some pretty thorough coverage here tonight for a YouTube channel here on RSBN, and you know, we're getting better and better all the time. And thanks to your support, we're able to do some pretty cool things now that we weren't able to do before. But I want to let everybody know something really quick. Let's do a test here on YouTube, and this is why they've been doing this to us. If you can remember back during the election of 2016, our videos would constantly get, you know, we were 20, 30,000 views. Every single video we put out, all the live streams, our rallies, you know, all of our videos, we get hundreds, 200,000 views, etc. Let's look at this for a minute at some of the numbers. So we have 1,290 watching now. We've been live for, about 2 hours or so now. So let's look at some of the numbers. CBS News, 35,000 watching. Fox 10 Phoenix, 26,000 watching. Time Magazine, who I imagine, let's see what they're showing right now. I can only show it for a second. They're showing the same thing we are, a still shot. In fact, no commentary, no audio, no anything, just a still shot. Want to get off of there because I don't want them to say I'm stealing their feeds. There's one. There's so many of these that if you search, simply search for Trump, Kim, Summit, Live, which is in the title of our broadcast. You get CBS News, you get ABC News, Time, Fox News, you get Channel News Asia. There's so many different videos, and where are we listed on the front page? There's PBS NewsHour, RT. My point is, nowhere in the search results is Right Side Broadcasting, and that is a sad thing, folks, because they've taken away our ability to reach out to so many of you. We have 300,000 subscribers. We rarely get notifications sent out, and it's just a sad thing because we have really worked hard to bring you this kind of coverage. And when we go, when we spend hours preparing for these things, and then, they don't allow our broadcast to be found in the search results. They don't send out notifications most of the time, and you never get to see it. And it's really sad that they've done this to us, and we're not the only ones. They've done it to a lot of other conservatives as well. But sad. Tara, your thoughts on this?
It is very frustrating to know that we put all this time and effort, and especially Joe puts in so much time and effort, and he never gives up. And obviously we're not giving up, but just so much goes into this, and so much money we pour into this, and your donations that you send go into this. And just for YouTube to, they threw up a black screen for, I know it's only for like 3 seconds, but still, it's just, or to bury us in the search results, or to not send out notifications, which thankfully I know on my phone I got one today for this. But if we stream 2 or 3 times in one day, not all of them get notifications, so it's very, very frustrating. But we do want to say we're not going to give up. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing this. We believe, here at RSBN, if you're doing the right thing, we're not stealing streams, we're creating our own stuff, our own feed, then eventually we're going to come out on top, and none of this will matter in the end. But it's just frustrating to deal with right now. But we thank you so much for all of you that have been patient with us as we work out issues, and as we go through all of this, because it means a lot to have your support, and without your support we couldn't continue to do this. So thank you so much, and shout out to Joe for all of his hard work, because he is amazing, and without him obviously this wouldn't be possible. So it's just frustrating, honestly, overall, but we're going to keep pushing on and going to keep doing it.
I tell everybody before they start working here that we're a family. We take care of each other, and, this is it's something I take really seriously. We have a platform and supposedly the ability to reach hundreds of thousands of people if they'll let us do it and do what they're supposed to do. But I said before, we're never giving up. We're never giving up. I told you back in 2016 when we started this, when it was just me and some cameramen going to Trump rallies, that we're going to be on, even if it's just me sitting in my house and reading the news. And I mean it. We're going to be here through it all. And it's a pleasure to work with people like Tara and Alyssa here, and all the great people, Tom O'Neill, Liz Willis, Margaret Howell, and our cameramen out there, Aaron and Micah, and all the people that work for us. Really great people, and really, folks, they work really hard, and they deserve to be heard and seen. They really do. They deserve to be heard and seen. They work hard at it, and it's really not fair what YouTube's doing to us. But I guess this is just the world that we live in, and I hope maybe President Trump and Congress can do something about the censorship going on with conservative media. Maybe that's something they can do next.
That would definitely be really helpful if they could do it. Like Joe and Tara said, it is really frustrating to just not even be visible when we've put hours and hours to bring this to you guys. And it looks like we just got another donation from LSD, $12. Thank you, RSBN Trump for 2020. Thank you so much, L. We really appreciate that. Oh, wow. And just as I'm saying this, $10 from Rockland Hamilton. You're bringing great news to us all the time. Great. As we've mentioned before, in case you missed that, there are a few different ways in which you can donate. You can donate on our website, rsbnetwork.com/donate, or you can donate on patreon.com, patreon.com/rsbn, and that's when you can receive some of the t-shirts, mugs, just different things so that you can think of us throughout the day. You can donate right here in the chat box below. You just click the $, and you can mail your donation if you're not comfortable with donating online. We completely understand that. To our home address, RSBN at 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344 in Auburn, Alabama 36830. If I say the address enough times, maybe I will have it memorized, like Tom. That's the goal.
Again, if you're just still waiting for more video. Still waiting. The summit here, we have a live shot. We're monitoring it, and President Trump will give a press conference at 4 a.m. Eastern. We'll have that as a separate event. But you've really just been an amazing broadcast so far. And we thank all of you for tuning in and for sharing it and for all your support. We're going to be on there a lot more in the coming weeks and months, as you hear my dog bark in the background, who evidently needs to go outside. So I'm going to let the girls, the ladies, take over right now as I let my dogs out. But again, thanks to all you guys for everything and for sticking by us and the support. We really appreciate you all. And I'm going to throw it over to Tara and Alyssa.
Thank you, Joe. So as he was saying, he's going to let his dogs out. That's the kind of company we are. We're not trying to be some big name company. We are real people giving you the real news. We get to go to all the presidential rallies and show you exactly how many people are there. We get to show you the full speech. We get to do interviews with people outside the venue, inside the venue. We get to spend a few days in the city where it's taking place. No other media gets to show you all of that. No other media gets to say, hey, I'm about to go let my dog out. I'll be right back. Like, that's just how real we are here. We're not reading from a script. We don't have someone telling us what to say. So if we mess up or if we have, audio issues, it's because we're doing the very best we can. So once again, we appreciate all your support. And Alyssa, I want to ask you, I know you've been with us for a few weeks, and this is your first real live event, besides the rally that you did a couple of weeks ago.
I am absolutely loving it. It's such a blessing for me to just be completely immersed in it and, to work alongside you and Joe. You're both fantastic and you just have such genuine hearts. And so I'm so thankful to, bring this to you guys. And as you said, Tara, we're a different style, like a new, fresh style of broadcasting. We're not, reading off a teleprompter. We're like pulling little bits and pieces from articles, but it just makes it so much more collective and so much more diverse when we're just, pulling from all these different sources. But I am just loving it. I love speaking on the air, interacting with viewers. We just got 2 more donations, $10 from Dave Harvey, encouraging other people to donate. Thank you so much for that, Dave. And $7 from David Henry Posadas, and he said, love your content. So thank you so much for that, David. But
we also
No, you're good.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. Let's continue. Sorry.
Go ahead. Tell us the 2 new donations.
I was just gonna say we had. Yeah, I was just saying we had a $100 donation from Egyptian Princess. She said, "Thank you for everything you do. Thank you so much. That is such a generous donation." And I do want to say, we got another one. These are coming as fast as I can read them. Nate Skate said, "Thank you, RSBN, for the content. Been a subscriber since early MAGA rallies. Thank you so much for your support. And I know you donate a lot. I see your name a lot in the chat, so thank you so much for that." And I do want to say, in my personal opinion, I feel like this is the way media is going to go. And especially with President Trump, he does not like the mainstream media. They cut his words. They twist what he's saying. They only show the negative. And, that's just how the traditional media likes to do things. That's how they get their ratings. That's how they get their views. That's just how they do it. But I think this is the future of news and what RSBN is doing. And we're the first people to start doing this, bringing news to you this way. We're, me, Alyssa, and I are both journalists. We've graduated with our degrees, but we're bringing you this news in a way that's so different. We're not being told what to say. We hear the news, we have sources we check, but we give you all sides of the story. So I think that's what's so great about RSBN. And I believe within the next few years, mainstream media is going to continue to go down, and this is going to be the new way of doing things. And it's just very exciting, and I'm very excited to be a part of it. Yeah, for sure,
Tara. And it's really interesting because never before have we seen, the mainstream media try to just take down, so to speak, a president before, just with negative comments and unjust reporting. And it looks like we just got a $2 donation from John Smith, who said #MAGA. Thank you so much, John. Every little bit counts. So let me see.
Yes, absolutely. And so for those of you that are wondering what's going on right now, so they already have had the meeting between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. It lasted about 50 minutes. Now we just have a live shot outside of this. Is all that's available right now. No other networks are showing anything inside. I believe right now they're having the luncheon where both sides will sit down with their advisors and they're talking to each other through whatever, they discussed inside the actual summit. So it'll be interesting to hear what they say. And of course, when that video is released and we get access to that, we'll bring that to you. But we're just here now to talk to you about everything. And so if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to send them to our Twitters, because in the YouTube chat, they get kind of lost because the chat's just scrolling, and so we can't really see everything that you're saying. So send them to our Twitters. Mine is Tara RSBN. That's TERA RSBN. And Alyssa?
Thank you, Tara. Mine is at Alyssa RSBN, ALYSSA RSBN. So go ahead and message me your questions, concerns, thoughts about tonight. And just like Joe said earlier, we would also love to see support from the Democratic side as well, the other side of the aisle. So if you are seeing any tweets they've sent out, please send them our way.
And I just want to give a huge shout out to Fred Golbowski. I always butcher your last name, I'm so sorry. But he has been keeping me updated with tweets from Martin Williams all night. And another one was released, kind of an update of the transcript. And so as soon as Joe gets back, we'll get that pulled up for you guys.
And
it just kind of goes more into detail.
Real quick before you read your thing, I want to read something from one of our regulars who tweets us a lot. Really good guy. Santino says, "So happy to read the next rally is June 20th, and that means a whole afternoon, evening with you guys. Love you all. Liz Willis, Tara RSBN, Ellis RSBN, Tom O'Neill, OH, Aaron Pangio, Margaret J. Howell, at Joe Seals. It's like spending an evening with an awesome bunch of friends." Thank you, Santino. That's very, very nice of you. We appreciate your support very much and glad you're enjoying this broadcast. Tara, you got something for us?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for those kind words. We are all friends here, all family, and it's fun to do this and to hang out, and I really like this, and also getting just to hear, the live chat and the tweets from you guys and just to interact while we do these streams.
So
But
happy
here's
to read the
another
next rally,
update
June 20th, and that
on
means a
what was
whole
said. This is from
afternoon,
Martin
evening with you
Williams.
guys.
Now he said,
Love
really
you
tough to
all.
make
Liz
everything out
Willis,
with the
Tara,
room acoustics and the
RSBN,
cameras
Alyssa, RSBN,
clicking.
Tom
We know
O'Neill,
we heard those. It was
OH,
insane
Eric
in there.
Pangio, Margaret
Said,
J.
but tell
Howell,
Kim at
at
the
Joe
start of
Seals.
the
It's like
second
spending an
meeting,
evening with an
per
awesome
the
bunch of
camera,
friends. Thank
per
you,
the full
Santino.
camera
That's
feed,
very,
Kim
very
said,
nice of
I
you.
believe this
We
is a big
appreciate your
prelude to
support
peace. So
very much
obviously
and
it went
glad you're
well.
enjoying
So
this
Trump said,
broadcast.
Mr. Chairman,
Tara,
it's
you
a
got
great
something
honor
for
to
us?
be with you, and I know that we'll have tremendous success together, and we'll solve a big problem, a big Yeah, dilemma absolutely, that and thank you this for those country kind has words. been We able to are solve. all I know that friends working here, all together family, will and it's get- fun to do this and to will hang get out, taken and care of. Great honor. I Thank really you like very this, and much. also getting And just then to Kim hear, said, we successfully the live chat and the something, and tweets we from you overcame guys, and all just to kinds interact of while we do these speculation about the summit, streams. As I believe
So
that
happy
here's
to read the
another
next rally, June
update
20th, and that means a
on what was
whole
said
afternoon,
from Martin
evening with you
Williams.
guys.
Now he said,
Love
really
you
tough
all.
to make everything
Liz
out
Willis,
with the
Tara,
room acoustics and
RSBN,
the
Alyssa,
cameras
RSBN,
clicking.
Tom
We know
O'Neill,
we heard those. It was
OH,
insane
Eric
in there.
Pangio, Margaret
Said,
J.
but tell
Howell,
Kim at
at
the
Joe
start of
Seals.
the
It's like
second
spending an
meeting,
evening with an
per
awesome
the
bunch of
camera,
friends. Thank
per
you,
the full
Santino.
camera
That's
feed.
very,
Kim
very
said,
nice of
I
you.
believe this
We
is a big
appreciate your
prelude to
support
peace. So
very much
obviously
and
it went
glad you're
well.
enjoying
So
this
Trump said,
broadcast.
Mr. Chairman,
Tara,
it's
you
a
got
great
something
honor
for
to
us?
be with you, and I was going well, peaceful, like we were hoping for, so no one got angry or no one was hostile. So I'm excited for this. I'm ready for more details on it to get the exact details on what was talked about in there. What are they, a lot of this was unintelligible. What are the details on this? What did they discuss? What are they working towards? We know the outcome is something good. It's peaceful now. We got the framework so everyone can breathe for a second. But when I get more updates on that, I'll send those.
All right. I've been told that my audio keeps playing over and over again. I don't know. That's what my mother says, but thanks, Mom. I'll work on that. So you're looking live now at Singapore, or we're waiting more video, coming in soon. We've got our eyes on it, and we'll keep you posted. Until then, send me your tweets at Joe Seals. I would love to read them on the air. And Alyssa, you got anything new?
Yeah, just wanted to thank you, Tara, for sharing that transcript that Martin Williams brought us on Twitter. He's a journalist, and he went to North Korea Tech. He's a Knight Journalism Fellow, currently in San Francisco, California. So I'm just so thankful for Twitter right now. It's such a fantastic way that just, kind of connects the world and brings us quick updates. And so I'm working on expanding my Twitter network as well. So if you don't follow me, please do at Alyssa RSBN. And let me see. I was hoping for another update on Larry Kudlow, but it's just the White House statement from Robert Costa, and it says, earlier today, Kudlow experienced what his doctors say was a very mild heart attack. Larry is currently in good condition at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, and his doctors expect he will make a full and speedy recovery. And his wife said that he was doing fine as well. So I've seen some of you commenting in the chat box that you are praying for him, and we just thank you for that so much.
Thank you, Alyssa, for that. I do have a tweet I want to share. This is
Kudlow, but it's just the White House statement from Robert Costa, and it says, earlier today, Kudlow experienced what his doctors say was a very mild heart attack. Larry is currently in good condition at Walter.
Between, the United States and North Korea, this is a world deal. This is why it is so historical. And we are very excited to bring you this feed and to have watched you with this.
Sorry guys, we're doing a quick audio check right now. Some of you said that it was mixed up, so Joe is just checking that in the background.
But once again, thank you so much for everyone being so patient. This is the first time we've done a three-way stream like this. For those of you who don't know, where it's me, Alyssa, and Joe. I know Alyssa and Joe are in the same location, but they're on separate computers so that they can stream separately and have their own little screens. We can bring you these graphics. And so this is the first time we've done this. You know, I have this earpiece here. So it's a lot of stuff that it works when we practice. And then when we go live for, you know, we're over 2 hours now. Some things
Okay, so we're back now here. I don't know what was wrong with the audio there. I still don't think there's an issue. I'm not showing any audio going out on my part here. But we apologize. As Tara was saying, this is the first time we've done a broadcast with 3 people. So, again, we're learning here at RSBN. And if you didn't hear us, if you have heard double audio, we apologize for that. But I certainly... Okay, so we are back here. I didn't have the audio turned on. We are back here at RSBN. Heard you might have been hearing double audio. We apologize for that if you did. I don't show any audio going out here on my end. So those of you watching, make sure you don't have another window open. But we're sorry if you heard double audio. Again, this is the first time, as Tara said, that we've done a broadcast with 3 people. So we are learning, and it makes it a little bit more difficult that Alyssa is here in studio with me, as we're hearing each other in our ears and on the microphone. So it's a little difficult here, but we're doing our best, and we're learning here at RSBN. So I'm gonna let you guys take over for just a second as I check the audio here and make sure that this loop thing is gone.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for being so patient. We also really appreciate the comments, you know, telling us when our audio is off or something like this happens. That's why we paused real quick. We did a quick audio test to see what was happening. Nothing on our end as far as we know. We went through everything, so hopefully got it resolved. If you're hearing double audio on your end, close out all your windows, refresh. I'm not sure what was going on. Honestly, could be a YouTube thing. Blame everything on YouTube because they're trying to ruin everything that we're doing. But we're just going to keep doing this. So hopefully we're getting all the sound fixed and everything. And right now, you know, nothing's really happening yet. They've had the meeting already. Some transcripts are being released as people get them figured out of exactly, you know, kind of what they've been talking about. But once again, the actual press conference where President Trump will address the media is not until 3 a.m. Central Time tonight. So we still have a while before that will happen.
Yes. So Tara, with this being such a historic event, how does it compare to other things you've covered? I mean, do you just feel the significance and importance of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is obviously a groundbreaking event. It is the biggest thing in history. Several years. It's huge. It's never happened before. So it's obviously unlike anything I've ever covered. It's exciting. It's the not knowing. Usually when I cover a story, either I already know the outcome of something that happened, or I'm getting updates live pretty consistently. So this is very different, but it's kind of fun. It's a waiting game. We're all waiting together. Everyone, the media, the public, the viewers, we are all waiting together to see, what the outcome of this is. Alyssa, this is huge for your first real live broadcast to be covering the summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. How does that make you feel for your very first one?
I know,
That's
it's
exciting.
such an honor just because of the importance of it. And like you said, it is kind of like a waiting game, but I feel like it's really just right now uniting the world as a community, because it's just such a historic event, and I'm just very blessed and honored that I get to be a part of it. Really excited to see what happens, even if I don't find out until the morning. That's okay. Just, waiting all here together, but it's so much fun.
It is. We are having so much fun. I love doing this. And just so you all know, we do have the chat pulled up. We have our Twitters pulled up. Send your thoughts, questions, comments, everything. We want to know what you think about this summit and your opinions on it, and what do you think is going to happen from it. Of course, we know that it did go peacefully. Reading from the transcript, they both seem pleased. But we want to know your thoughts on it. And also, I'm going to pull up the Facebook chat. We hardly ever look at that, so I'm going to pull it up and kind of read some of the comments from there.
You're looking live now at folks in South Korea who are watching the summit on television, courtesy of Reuters TV. Tara, we're not broadcasting live to Facebook right now. They cut the broadcast off. Just so you know.
Oh, okay. No wonder I couldn't find it. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure as the South Koreans watch the summit, they're just shocked and so thankful for the progress, and hopefully they'll be able to just, reunite with North Korea, and just that peace can be brought through all of this. It looks like we just got a donation from Daniel Tang, who says, I support the awesome and vital work RSBN is doing in countering the misinformation being disseminated by the MSM. Thank you, Daniel.
Miss Tara, and nobody can hear me right now except for you.
Okay.
Five minutes charging.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good. So for those of you who joined us late or don't know for real, really what's going on right now, since we're not showing any live video of President Trump and Kim Jong-un, they've already had their meeting that took place an hour and a half ago is when it started. It lasted about 50 minutes. Then they will head to a luncheon with their advisors where they will talk and discuss things further. And then around 3 a.m. Central Time, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, President Trump will address the media. Now, we're hoping that something comes out before then, maybe after the luncheon or something in between time, someone gives remarks so we know more in detail of what's happening. Alyssa, do you have anything you want to
just
share?
kind of reading, an article, and let's see, where is it from? Al Jazeera. Interesting. news format, but it's saying, just the goal of the summit is to denuclearize North Korea. But as we said earlier, that probably won't happen after just one meeting. It's not a quick thing. It's definitely a process, and they might have to meet again, but it's been so good so far just to see these positive steps taken. Now, they finished up their first meeting with just the translators, so they should be in the lunch now, right, Tara?
Yes, they should be. According to the official White House schedule, they should be in the lunch meeting now, where Chief of Staff John Kelly and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, the National Security Advisor John Bolton, and I'm sure a few other people will be there, along with President Trump, to further discuss things. And so for those of you that didn't get to hear us read a little bit of the transcript, ahead of the meeting, the second meeting that they had, President Trump said, it went very good, like the closed door meeting. He said, very, very good. We have a great relationship. Thank you very much. So things are going very well so far. They seem peaceful. There's no hostility. No one called, the other one a name. I have a great feeling about this. Now, as we were speculating earlier whether something would come out of this or not today, we don't know, but at least we know that they're on good terms, and that at least we're going towards peace, and at least we're heading in that direction. So even if, nothing actually happens, at least they're on peaceful terms now.
Yeah, for sure. And President Trump has definitely had such a busy season, just signing the right to try bill, to give terminally ill patients more control over their health care, and just doing work with veterans. And he is just not stopping. Oh, and the G7 summit that we just had in Canada. He's just all over the world right now, and I'm so proud of him and thankful for him that he just isn't stopping. He's the opposite of lazy. He's so hardworking, and he is just doing his best to, make America great again, as he says.
Absolutely, Alyssa. And I do want to point out, some people are saying, show something new, move the camera. This is all that we have right now. There are no other video. There's nothing else going on right now. They are in the luncheon, which is closed doors, no cameras are in there. So this is all that we have right now. Then, of course, when they come out to the media, we'll be able to bring that to you and show you. But I just wanted to address that. We're not just showing this still shot or not showing them on purpose. It's because this is all there is. When we get something, we bring it to you very, very first. We're usually the very first ones to actually bring something before any of the mainstream media. So when we get the video available of anything that they're saying or any other encounters that they have, we will show that to you.
Yes, definitely. We want to keep you guys updated the best that we can. We are right here waiting with you to find out what's going on. And, our goal is just to be real news that you can have the information and discern for yourself what is true. Present the facts to you guys. We are not mainstream media, obviously. We're not Fox or CNN or anything like it, just a small little news station online out of Auburn, Alabama. But guys, we're so excited to be able to tell you guys what we do know. And of course, as we've said before, we cannot do this without your donations. So if you are able to donate, there are actually different ways you can do that. You can donate right here in our chat box. You can just click the $ below. You can donate on our website, rsbnetwork.com/donate. You can actually also mail it in to our address, which is 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344 in Auburn, Alabama 36830. And you can donate on patreon.com, that's Patreon with an E, not an I, /RSBN. And you can receive mugs, t-shirts, different things just to get the word out there and just to tell people that you're a fan. And we're so glad to be able to share this with you guys on this monumental night.
Yes, please share this stream. You know, that helps so much. If you can't donate, sharing the stream does more than you think, because when you share it, you know, people that follow you see it, those people share it, and it's kind of a trickling effect. So the more people that see what we're doing, you know, the more we can kind of bypass YouTube not sending out notifications. And a lot of you in the chat were talking about, you know, President Trump having a lot of energy to be 70. And fun fact, his birthday is this coming Thursday, the 14th, and he'll be 71 years old, which is absolutely amazing. And I read somewhere that he actually, when he arrived in Singapore, he kind of received an early birthday cake that had a little celebration, and so that was kind of cool to read. Just a little fun fact. And we have a donation from John Smith. It was a $5 donation. Thank you so much for that. I know Alyssa just told everyone how to donate, but once again, if you can't donate, share the stream. That does just as good. You know, it gets our voices out there, and it lets more people know about what we do here at RSBN.
Yeah, definitely. The power of social media has just increased so much. We're really in a digital age, and a lot of people are canceling their cable subscriptions to be able to just, you know, watch on YouTube, which is so nice. You can watch in a way that's convenient for you on your phone, tablet, laptop, TV, whatever you want to do, it's available for you.
Yeah, and I do want to say, you know, we have a lot of things coming up for RSBN, a lot of, you know, new and exciting things, new content, and one of them is, which I've shared before, is we are creating an app, an RSBN app. So you'll be able to go to that directly, download it onto your phones, and be able to pull up our stream from that, get notifications from that. So that should be coming out sometime soon. I know Joe's working on that, and so we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. But that's just one of the many, many things we're doing here at RSBN. So please continue to watch and tune in, because honestly, we're only getting better. I mean, look at us now. We have 3 people streaming at one time. Went from 1 to 2, and now we're at 3. I think the more the better. You know, this dialogue, the way we're doing things is really, really fun. And it's more than just, you know, reading the chat and coming to the viewers. We're getting, you know, I get to talk to Alyssa, I get to talk to Joe, and it's a new way of doing things. So when I'm talking, you know, Alyssa can be looking up other sources, and there's never really dead air time, and it's fun. And so we love to be able to do this. We have so much coming new for Right Side, and I'm sure Joe will talk about that later before we go off air. But thank you so much for your support, and I'm going to see if there's another update on Larry Kudlow. For those of you who didn't hear, he had a heart attack right before the summit was supposed to begin. Now, he's not in Singapore with President Trump, but he did have a heart attack, and President Trump tweeted about it. And Larry's wife came out and said a statement that he is doing fine. But that's all that's been released so far. There's no further updates on
back,
his health. So I'm going to look that up real quick.
Yeah. Hi. I want to show a
Hi,
tweet
Joe.
on the screen.
I want to show
Hi.
a on the screen.
Make sure everybody's microphones are muted if they're not talking. So we're going to get double audio. Dan Scavino, who is a friend of the network. I love Dan Scavino. He's like one of the first guys that got us involved with the Trump campaign. Really nice guy. He's now the White House social media director. Sent out a tweet just now, and I want to show it. It says, Dan Scavino at the Capella Hotel, Sentosa Island, sent these pictures of Trump and Kim. And I thought they were really cool. And there's a nice shot of them both laughing, having a good old time like they've known each other forever. Kind of cool to see that. So those are coming from Dan Scavino. And we're looking live right now at a scene outside of the summit there in Singapore. We may have to cut this broadcast short pretty soon. Our equipment is running low on batteries here. We're going to keep going until it gets to that critical point, but we'll definitely be on the air we'll be back on the air tonight, or actually early in the morning at 4 o'clock a.m., I guess, Eastern time, where President Trump will hold a press conference and talk about all this stuff that's happened today. So that's going to be exciting, and we'll get to maybe hear a little bit about what so Tara's running out of battery too, so we're going to probably have to cut this short here pretty soon. But yeah, we'll be back on the air about 4 o'clock Eastern time. So Tara, Alyssa, you guys want to say any final words? Maybe go ahead.
I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in for this absolutely monumental historical event. And like Joe said, as soon as we have a press conference available, which should be around 3 a.m. Central Time, we'll bring that to you live. But we want to say thank you so much to the moderators for being with us. You know, we've been on air for like 3 hours now, for being with us, for all the donations we received. We definitely could not do this without you. So I just want to say thank you so much.
All right, so I think we're going to cut this off now. It's been we've been on for almost 3 hours now. Tara, the schedule, as far as the schedule is concerned, when is the next thing supposed to happen? After, is it the lunch that's currently happening now, or there?
Yeah, so supposedly the lunch is taking place now. You know, they said around 11:30 a.m. Singapore time, so that's around 11:30 Eastern time here. And so, yeah, it should have been taking place about 15 minutes ago. It should have started. There's no really updates on how long that luncheon's going to last. But then around 3 a.m. is when 3 a.m. Central time, is when they will do the press conference and give the comments to the media.
What we're going to do now is, I think we're going to end the broadcast. Our equipment's running low on batteries here, what we used to hear each other with. And really, I don't see any other updates coming anytime soon. And you know, we'll cover the president's press conference. I'll go ahead and create that event once we get off the air here, so everybody will have a place to share it. And we'll get that on the air early this morning. So, but you know, I just want to say on behalf of everybody here, and I'll let them, you know, sign off as well. But we really appreciate all you tuning into us. We are a work in progress here. We understand that we are not, you know, the big guys in the media, but you know, we're not trying to be them either. And it's refreshing to see so many people, you know, supporting us, and you know, all the stuff that we have been able to do. It really is quite incredible to be a part of a historic moment like this. You know, this is a big deal. This is a really big deal. You know, to have the first ever meeting between a United States president and the leader of North Korea. It's a big deal, and we're proud to have played a part in it for the folks that watched tonight. So thank you for that. Thank you very much. You guys have any final words as we close?
Just once again, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone. And we are also having a rally next week in Duluth, Minnesota. It's next Wednesday. We are super excited for it. It's going to be the full crew going just like last time. So it's going to be Alyssa, Liz, Tom, Aaron, and then of course myself. We're all going to be there. We're going to have so much fun. And just once again, thank you so much for joining in with this stream. And thank you to the moderators and to everyone who donated. And Alyssa, I'm going to let you start us
thank
off.
you so much, Tara. It has been so great, this being my first live broadcast about such a historic event. We're so glad we were able to bring you guys this information, and just stay tuned tonight. You know, Joe is going to have that press conference up for you guys, and you can stay in touch with us on our Twitter handles as well, which are kind of scrolling down across the screen. Mine's at Alyssa RSBN, Tara's is at Tara RSBN, and Joe's is at Joe Seals. So Anyways, it's been a blessing and an honor to share this with you guys tonight, and I look forward to our next broadcast during my week here in Auburn. Thank you so much.
Right, everybody.
All right, everybody. We are going to sign off now, but again, we'll be back this morning at
These ladies will be asleep, I'm sure.
These ladies will be asleep.
We'll be back at 3 a.m.
But
Central,
we'll be back at 3
Eastern
a.m.
time,
Central, 4 o'clock
with
Eastern
the
time.
press conference by
with
President Trump. Well,
press
hopefully we'll find out some more about what went on inside
Hopefully
this
we'll find out some more about what went on inside this thing. And,
it was an honor and a privilege to work with Tara and Tara and thank you all again for tuning in to Right Side Broadcasting's coverage. We appreciate it, and we'll see you back here.
We appreciate it, and we'll see you back here in
Good night,
3 or 4
everybody.
hours.